In an age where celebrities are often seen through a highly curated lens, Casey Nezhoda's recent photo shared on social media was a breath of fresh air. Unlike the usual glam shots or heavily edited images, this photo captured Casey in a completely natural, unfiltered moment. She wasn't trying to meet anyone's expectations, nor was she posing in a way that conformed to the typical celebrity standards. Instead, she simply showed up as herself, unapologetically real. In a world that often prioritizes flawless images and perfection, Casey's decision to share an authentic moment without any gloss struck a chord with fans. What followed was an outpouring of admiration and respect for her willingness to be true to herself. This wasn't just a simple image. It was a statement that authenticity still holds immense value in today's hyper-curated world. Through this candid moment, Casey reminded us why being real matters, especially in an era where everyone is constantly watching. The power of a simple, honest photo. When Casey Nezhoda posted her recent photo, it didn't contain any shock value, nor was it designed to gain attention through extravagant effects. The photo was simple, unpolished, and entirely genuine. It immediately captured people's attention, not because it was extravagant, but because it felt authentic. In a digital age filled with filtered images, perfectly planned shots, and manufactured personas, seeing Casey in her natural state was a powerful reminder of the beauty in realness. The photo wasn't about drama or exaggeration. It was about a woman who felt comfortable enough in her own skin to let go of the expectations and just be herself. This resonated deeply with people, showing them that honesty can make a bigger impact than trying to conform to a set image. The response was overwhelming in its positivity, with fans not only admiring her look, but also celebrating the authenticity behind it. It was a moment of connection, and it reminded people that true beauty comes from embracing who you are. Casey Nezhoda's journey beyond the camera. As a prominent figure on the reality TV show Storage Wars, Casey Nezhoda has been in the public eye for years. Fans have watched her grow, not just as a television personality, but as a relatable and grounded individual. Alongside her husband, Renee, Casey carved out a space for herself that blended business savvy with a down-to-earth charm. Over time, viewers have seen her evolve, not only through the lens of the show, but also as a public figure. What makes moments like her recent photo so significant is the long history of authenticity she's built with her audience. Fans feel like they know her beyond the character she portrays on TV. Her consistency in remaining true to herself, even as her public life grew, has established a level of trust with her followers. That trust is crucial. It's why moments like these don't feel like calculated stunts, but rather genuine reflections of who she is. It's about maintaining the same realness, whether on screen or behind the scenes. Why authenticity matters in the digital age. In a world dominated by edited photos, influencer culture, and carefully crafted images, Casey's decision to post something unfiltered and raw stood out. Social media has made it easy to create an illusion of perfection, but Casey's choice to share an unpolished moment with her followers spoke volumes. It wasn't a cry for validation or an attempt to meet any societal standard. It was simply a woman showing up as she is. This act of being authentic in an environment that often demands perfection is a powerful statement. It's a challenge to the unrealistic beauty standards that have been normalized, especially in the world of reality TV. In choosing to share her true self, Casey sent a clear message. Authenticity doesn't need to be explained or justified. It's enough on its own. This simple yet profound act has resonated with people who are tired of seeing only polished, perfect images. Authenticity is refreshing, and Casey's post reminded us all that it's not only brave to be real, but it's also liberating, celebrating real size, real confidence. One of the reasons Casey's photo gained so much attention was because it presented her in a way that many people rarely get to see their public figures. The image showed her without any elaborate poses or airbrushed effects, just existing comfortably in her own body. In this way, the photo became an unspoken statement about body acceptance. It wasn't a campaign for body positivity. It was a quiet rebellion against the idea that women, especially those in the public eye, must constantly justify their appearance. By sharing this unfiltered image, Casey challenged the unrealistic beauty standards that often prevail in the media. It wasn't about proving anything to anyone. It was simply about showing that confidence doesn't come from fitting into a box. Her posture and natural presence communicated a message far more powerful than any words could. It's a message of acceptance of both body and self that resonated deeply with her audience. This subtle moment was an act of empowerment, normalizing diverse body types and encouraging others to embrace their own physicality with pride. Overwhelming support from fans. The response to Casey Nezhoda's photo was overwhelmingly positive. Fans flooded the comments with words of admiration, praising her for her authenticity, confidence, and relatability. Instead of the typical online criticism or negativity that often accompanies celebrity posts, Casey's photo sparked an outpouring of gratitude and encouragement. Many fans expressed how refreshing it was to see someone in the spotlight embrace their natural self without any airs or apologies. For many, the image was a reminder that they too should feel comfortable in their own skin. The outpouring of positivity reflected something deeper, a longing for realness in a world that often feels fake. This reaction wasn't just about Casey's appearance. It was about how she made people feel seen and validated. By embracing herself openly and honestly, she invited her fans to do the same. The long-standing relationship Casey has built with her audience likely played a significant role in the overwhelming support. Fans trust her because she's always been real with them, both on and off the screen. Representation that feels real. Representation is crucial, but it's not just about visibility. It's about presenting real, accurate depictions of people. Casey's photo offered exactly that. In an industry that often glorifies unrealistic standards of beauty and perfection, Casey's natural image provided representation that felt honest and attainable. Seeing a public figure embrace their true self without filters or embellishments allows fans to see themselves in that person. It offers a version of beauty that's not only relatable, but also empowering. In a time when body image issues and self-esteem struggles are at an all-time high, representation like this matters. It shifts the conversation away from chasing an unattainable ideal and instead celebrates the beauty of individuality. Casey didn't try to make a point with her photo. She just lived in the moment, and in doing so, she provided representation that felt both accessible and meaningful. Her choice to simply be herself allowed others to see that they too could be confident, regardless of societal expectations. The distinction between reality TV and real-life reality television often blurs the line between authenticity and performance. While it claims to show the lives of real people, it frequently amplifies drama and exaggerates personalities for entertainment value. Casey's photo, however, served as a reminder of the difference between the character she plays on TV and the real person she is off-screen. In the world of Storage Wars, Casey is known for her bold personality, sharp wit, and competitive edge. But outside of the show, she's just a regular person, navigating life like anyone else. By sharing this candid, unfiltered moment, Casey reclaimed her identity outside the confines of the reality TV persona. She reminded fans that while the TV show may offer a curated version of her life, the real Casey is still grounded, relatable, and most importantly, authentic. This distinction is vital because it helps break down the illusion that celebrities are somehow other or different from the rest of us. By sharing a raw, unedited image, Casey reinforced the idea that there's more to her than what viewers see on TV. Confidence without explanation. One of the most impactful aspects of Casey's photo is the fact that she didn't feel the need to explain herself. In a culture that often demands explanations for personal choices, especially when it comes to appearance, Casey's lack of a caption or justification was a powerful statement. She didn't need to defend her body, her choices, or her authenticity. She simply shared a moment of self-assurance, and that spoke volumes. This quiet confidence, free from the need for validation, is something many people struggle to achieve. In a world where self-worth is often tied to external approval, Casey's photo offered a refreshing reminder that confidence comes from within. She didn't need anyone's approval to feel good about herself. The simplicity of the post, without any added commentary, allowed her confidence to shine through. In not explaining herself, she normalized the idea that being comfortable in your own skin doesn't require justification. It just is. Challenging unrealistic standards in the social media has undeniably contributed to the rise of unrealistic beauty standards. Platforms like Instagram often reward the perfectly edited image, the photos that present an idealized version of life that most people can't live up to. Filters, apps, and carefully staged photos create a narrow definition of beauty and success, one that's difficult to attain and even harder to maintain. Casey's photo, however, quietly challenged that cycle. By choosing to share something natural and unfiltered, she disrupted the idea that only flawless images are worthy of attention. In a world where digital perfection is constantly showcased, this simple act of authenticity was a subtle but powerful act of resistance. It didn't require confrontation. It didn't need to criticize social media or its effects directly. Sometimes, the most effective way to challenge something is by offering an alternative, and that's exactly what Casey did. Her photo was an invitation to her followers to step away from the pressures of perfection and embrace the beauty in being real. The lasting impact of Casey's photo. While the photo may eventually fade from social media timelines, the message behind it will continue to resonate. Moments like Casey Nezhoda's unfiltered image contribute to a larger shift toward realism and self-acceptance. By simply showing up authentically, she became part of a growing movement that seeks to challenge unrealistic standards and celebrate individuality. Her photo didn't start a campaign or launch a trend. It was a moment of realness that spoke for itself. This shift toward embracing authenticity is something that will have a lasting impact. It helps normalize diversity and reinforces the idea that being yourself is valuable. In a world filled with manufactured images, Casey's choice to be real stands as a reminder that self-acceptance is powerful. Her photo didn't just inspire admiration, it sparked a conversation about what it means to truly be confident. And that conversation will continue to grow long after the image itself fades from view. Final thoughts on confidence and authenticity. Casey Nezhoda's recent photo wasn't about drawing attention to herself or seeking validation. It was about being real, being comfortable in her own skin, and reminding others that they can do the same. Her decision to post something so simple, yet so powerful, speaks volumes about the value of authenticity in a world that often celebrates illusion over reality. Fans responded with admiration, not just for how she looked, but for how she made them feel. Casey's photo wasn't just an image, it was a moment of connection that reminded people everywhere that confidence doesn't require perfection. It's about accepting yourself as you are. And in the end, that's what truly resonates with people. Authenticity, self-respect, and the quiet power of being yourself.